Today I want to talk to you about my absolute favorite budget camera monitor, and that is the Osee T5 Plus. I've been using this on my C70, shooting on pretty much every single shoot that I've been going on for the last couple months. So I think I've got a fairly decent handle on what I like, what I don't like, and why I've come to the conclusion that I think this is one of the best budget monitors that's on the market. And so I wanted to share with you why I thought that was the case, the pros, the cons, and to just give you a better opportunity to see if this is a monitor that you would like to put into your gear arsenal as well. Before we get into the pros and the cons, I just want to go through some of the specs. It is a 5.5-inch monitor, 1000 nits, does 1080p and 400 ppi. It supports both Sony NP-F and Canon LPE6 batteries, has an SD card slot, has a headphone jack for audio monitoring, and it only weighs 175 grams. With all of those specs out of the way, let's jump right into the pros and cons. If you've been watching this channel, you know that I love pros and cons. So let's get to the pros, and that is the image quality. For me, I don't need anything that's 4K as long as it's 1080p. It looks great. I can see what I'm doing. That works for me. I don't need anything fancy. So especially when it comes to a budget monitor, this is absolutely perfect. The image quality is great. I can see exactly what I'm looking for. I don't struggle. It's not blurry. It's sharp. The colors are great. The color rendition is great. So when it comes to the image quality, I think this is great. One of the biggest features that got me to make this purchase, this was my own money that I put in to buy this monitor, was the brightness. At 1000 nits, this was perfect. I'm shooting in bright situations all the time. A lot of my stuff is kind of dock work, so having a bright monitor is a must for a lot of the shoots that I'm on. So at 1000 nits, this was perfect. I haven't really had any issues being able to see what's on my monitor at any time of the day. So 1000 nits, definitely a pro. The next pro for me was the features. So kind of like the image quality, I don't need all of the bells and whistles, but there were a few things that I really was looking for in a monitor, and this one checked off everything on that list. And that was an SD card to be able to put in my own LUT. I needed something that would be able to de-squeeze any anamorphic lenses that I'm shooting on, because I do shoot on anamorphic lenses a fair amount. And honestly, those were kind of the only two that I was really looking for. I shoot on a Canon C70, so I've got focus peaking, I can look at scopes, I can do false color, so I can do all of that, and then that'll automatically just be displayed onto my monitor, so I don't necessarily need my monitor to have kind of, again, all these bells and whistles in terms of features. But this one does have your aspect ratios, safe margins, crosshatch, anamorphic, false color, zebra, waveform, histogram, vector, focus assist, peaking, D-log, user LUTs, audio analysis, zoom, and you can even rotate and mirror what you're looking at. So, like I said, I don't even use a quarter of those, but this has definitely got it. So again, for a budget monitor, this thing has got all of the features that I need. And speaking of a budget monitor, that's the final pro that I wanted to talk about, the price. I picked this up a little bit earlier, so I think I got it for around $130, $135. And right now, currently, it's on Amazon for $145. So again, when it comes to budget monitors, this is a great price. Those were kind of the pros that I saw. But before we get over to the cons, I wanted to say a quick thank you to the sponsor of this video, who is Bearbottom Clothing. I can't speak more highly about them. They are incredibly comfy clothes, fit my lifestyle, which is adventure and active wear. So they fit great, they look great, and they also give back, which is amazing. So if you want to support this channel, if you want some amazing clothes, if you're looking for something new, make sure to click the link below in the description and check out Bearbottom Clothing. Absolutely the comfiest clothes ever. So, getting into the cons. I think there was only 3 cons that I kind of ran into. And that is, 1, a battery indicator. I cannot find for the life of me where there's any kind of indication on my battery for the monitor. I actually went out and purchased batteries, NPF batteries that indicate how much battery life is on the battery itself, just because I can't have my monitor dying on me just in the middle of a shoot. Even though I've got lots of batteries, it's helpful to know where my battery indicator is. I tried watching a couple videos, tried looking for it, I couldn't find anything. I also haven't dug too deep, but I feel like it should be kind of obvious where the battery indicator for the monitor is on your monitor. So if I've just completely blown it, please let me know in the comments below. That would be super helpful. But this is kind of the first con that I ran into. Just I can't figure out how much battery life is on the monitor when I'm shooting. The second con is kind of the build quality. I haven't had any issues with it so far in the last couple months, but it does feel kind of plasticky. So far it's held up great, but when I do feel it, it is a little plasticky, and that's definitely a con. So long term, I don't know how long it will last. Again, so far I haven't had a single issue with it, and because of that kind of plasticky feel, it is lighter, which is great, but it doesn't feel the most robust or the strongest. And that kind of leads me into con number 3. Sometimes it can kind of take a while for it to load. I haven't missed a shot yet. I don't shoot too kind of like run and gun, but there are times where it's just like, okay, come on, let's go. So it does take a couple seconds for it to boot up and to get the image on the screen. So with all that said and done, I would highly recommend it. I have loved using this monitor. Like I said, I use it on every single shoot. Let me know if you've used this monitor, if you'd want to use this monitor. I'm stoked to hear from you. If you have anything else that you'd like me to review or talk about, whether that's photography, filmmaking, living on Maui, just let me know. I want to make sure that this channel is helping you guys out as well. So if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help and make a difference. And I'll see you on the next video. Check 1, 2, 3. Seems like it's good.